What's going on, guys? We are out here filming what we're going to call the second inaugural first MOTOVLOG. We're out here on the Honda Monkey 2023. We just purchased this recently, but enough of all that. We're really out here just to make sure that we can actually do this thing. I'm not sure what I'm going to name the channel at this point, but I am a motorcycle enthusiast, period. And I just want to come out here and create some content because this is what I love to do. So we're going to take off today on the Monkey and see what kind of content we can get. We're just going to ride around and talk to you guys. Hopefully it comes out okay, because the last couple attempts with this, there was always something going wrong. There was either GoPro batteries weren't charged, or there was audio that didn't get started recording properly, or anything like that. So we're going to actually try to get some real quality content today, which hopefully the rain will hold off, because it is not looking great, boys. We're probably actually going to ride through the recreation department here, and I think they got some games going on today. I heard some stuff through the woods, so we're going to see what we can come up with, see if we can see what they're doing. You will all be new here, so we won't start the if you're new here pitch yet. My name is Chad. Absolutely love all things motorcycle. What to talk about? You know, that's the issue, isn't it? Is you gotta have something to talk about. I own 4 motorcycles. My wife's Honda Grom, this 2023 Honda Monkey, which hers is a 2023 as well. I have a 2023 Pan America Special, and that is a Harley, and a 2019 883 Sportster. Those are my 4 motorcycles. I absolutely adore everything on 2 wheels. I don't know how else to put that, other than it's just being enclosed in a car just makes me feel not great. Out here, exposed to the elements, exposed to the wind, there's just something about it that really does the trick for me. So just gonna be out here riding around. People are probably gonna be looking at me like, what's this guy doing riding around on this tiny motorcycle? But you know, it's none of their business. So this parking lot is terrible. Holy shit. Rocks. No games that I can see. There's a family or something over on one of the fields, but they have actual like loudspeaker announcing things, and I thought that's what I heard through the woods, but maybe they were just talking to their kids. I don't know, maybe they have access to that kind of thing. We're gonna stop at the stop sign because that's what they want us to do, and can't be having anybody in the comment section talking about, hey, insert YouTube name here. You can't be riding through those stop signs like that and making turns without using your blinker and steer. How dare you? They just added these speed bumps. It's a new addition to this road, which in my opinion was unwarranted. And the wind is terrible right now. I really think this is very poorly thought out, guys. I don't think we'll make it out of this one without seeing a little bit of moisture. So yeah, the entire purpose of this video, cat hair, is basically just to go out, troubleshoot, go through a little bit of technical troubleshooting, make sure everything's working properly, make sure I can construct all of the makings of an actual YouTube video without running into any errors and, you know, just completely botching it altogether. So one talking point that I would like to make abundantly clear to everyone: if you have not purchased yourself a motorcycle of the 125 displacement variety, I would absolutely ask yourself what you are doing with your life. Like, man, I've got a 1250 special, I've got an 883, I've got a couple of mini bikes, which I've just ridden them around the yard. They're extremely fun. But of all of the motorcycles I purchased, my wife's calling me. Okay, so back to the ride. So anyway, 125cc motorcycles. Do yourself a favor. You might be telling yourself, man, that'd be a downgrade. You're insane to think that riding something like that is more fun. You do not know fun. I guarantee you've ridden your big bike around town, zipped around, and you're like, man, this is awesome. I just love motorcycling. And the days go by, another day, and you know, it's just kind of drab. You know, you're riding around town, you're riding the same roads you ride every day, doing your commute, whatever. And then, you know, it eventually just becomes something that you're doing. All of the fun is kind of masked by just the daily ins and outs of life or whatever. And then you pick up a 125cc motorcycle and you're like, oh my God, I've been missing out on my entire motorcycling existence by not having one of these in my life. So it will reintroduce every bit of fun that you've ever missed out on. You get in touch with your inner child, you know, just the nimbleness, the different maneuvers you can do that you wouldn't necessarily be able to do on a normal motorcycle. Plus, you can just absolutely dog the shit out of these things, and they're always going to come back for more. You know, they just put up with everything that you put them through, and they're awesome. I love them. Great for family riding or riding with friends and just having a blast. Don't want to make this into a Honda Monkey review video or anything. Not sponsored, by the way, in any way at all. But I don't know. My friend Brandon said it best the other day. He said, I don't care who you are, you have to have one. You have to. Turn 16, get your license, go get yourself a Grom or a Monkey or Duke or something of the 125 displacement variety. Let's see. I do not like riding in this guy's shadow over here. It makes me really nervous. Police, always. Wouldn't that be an interaction? Get pulled over for doing 41 in a 35. Of all of the times that I've done the things that I've done on a motorcycle, end up getting pulled over for riding just outside lawfully on one of these things. That would be crazy. I kind of feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but you know what? It's all good. What good is a motovlog, which is basically defined as someone riding on a motorcycle and talking about their day? What good is that without talking? Which I've seen some really good videos. You know, Itchy Boots is a good example. She gets out and she travels the world and she shows there's different experiences at different places in the world, but she's actually showing, you know, different places and different experiences of the world, not just riding to Walmart on a ground and not saying anything. So I just kind of feel like it will be a little bit boring. So there's no talking, and that's one thing that I have no problem doing, is basically running my mouth all the time. So it's kind of contradictory to what I just said, but I'm actually not a very extremely social person. I find people to be a little bit annoying most of the time, especially in real life. You know, you just get stuck around somebody that just talks about things that don't really add value to life, you know. They want to impose their beliefs, opinions, whatever on people, which is fine. Great. If you have an opinion, I love that. Have your opinion. But trying to basically force someone to believe what you believe just from being around them and being present, I just don't agree with that mentality, with being that type of person. So most of the time I don't really enjoy being around people, but on YouTube and on social media, I don't really have to be around anybody. So that's good, right? I mean, if I don't want to hear what you got to say, I could just not. Wish this lady would come to the phone. Or don't. That's cool. Patience is not something that I'm blessed with at all. Having a child has helped with that just a little bit, but again, like I said, with most people on a normal day-to-day basis, it's just not one of my talents. So yeah, if anybody watching this video has any tips or opinions that they want to impose on me, I am actually opening you up to freely criticize, make suggestions on contents that you would like to see, things that I do that annoy you, things that I could do better to make the channel more interesting, any talking points that you would like to hear my opinion on, you know, as a motorcyclist or as a person in general. You know, if you have any questions for me that you would want to hear my opinion about, just let me know if you want to comment, and we'll go from there. I don't consider myself a expert on a lot of things, but generally my outlook on life is pretty chill. I believe everyone has a right to life, as long as they're not harming anybody else. You know, basically don't get in the way of someone living their life freely and happily, if you can stand it. And if you can't stand it, you still have no right to take it from them, you know? Personal opinion. What speed bump, you know? I'm sorry, people love to stare you down when you're on one of these things, and that is honestly, it's okay. It's about 90% of the appeal of riding one of these things is just the looks that you get. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. It's the looks. It's what we love. We love to be noticed. Whenever you buy a motorcycle, you don't buy a motorcycle thinking, man, I hope nobody ever looks at me. You want to look cool. Most of us think we do and we don't, but you want to look cool. You want somebody to give you, you know, a thumbs up or some approval of some type, you know, but the reality of it is most of the time we don't get it. But when you have one of these motorcycles like what I'm on right now, people stare. They just stare and stare and stare, and it is what they love to do. It's something that they don't really realize is a possibility. You know, it's a tiny motorcycle, big dude riding through town, and they just don't realize that having one of these things, these little fun, zippy, 5-speed, 40 mile an hour, 50 mile an hour max motorcycles, they don't realize that it's just possible just to be out here having this kind of fun. But it is, guys. When you be out here spreading awareness about the fun that you can get out of riding a 125cc motorcycle. Again, not a sponsored video. Not supposed to be a review. This is a new purchase for me. We have two of these things now. It's a brand new purchase for me. Never been on anything of the sort. Never really rode dirt bikes. Never rode anything the size. No e-bikes, anything like that. Nothing small. My first motorcycle was a 1200, and everything after that has been pretty much up, except for the 883. So it's not really a review. It's just one of those things where it's new to me, and I absolutely love everything about it. So I'm gonna talk about it. The ability to stay mostly still, almost to a complete stop on one of these things is amazing too. I've ridden on some bikes where 883, for example, the more you slow down, the more it wants to just kind of lean from one side to the other. You know, it wants to not be stationary when coming, or I'm sorry, vertical when coming to a stop and being stationary. It doesn't want to sit up. But these things, you know, just be out here having a good time. Guys, it seems we have avoided tragedy with the weather. It's funny how it works out like that, right? If this video makes it to YouTube, that means that everything worked out right, that I didn't botch it, that I finally got a good, clean video cut and audio cut out riding and motorcycling with no mistakes on my part, and I thought it was a good enough video to post online. So I'll probably spend the rest of the evening chopping it up, getting it ready to upload. We'll go from there. But really appreciate anyone who's come by the channel. Hope you've had a blessed day, and hope to talk to you in the next one.